He is a genuine patriot, someone that is deeply involved in South African affairs, and he wants to see South Africa being on top of the world, not only in sport, but in culture and in every respect and arena as possible.
He is a great ambassador, not only for South Africa's Jewish community, probably for the Jewish community worldwide, and he carries that flag very proudly. But as important, maybe more importantly, he carries the South African flag very proudly.
I've been involved in a number of sports, from football to athletics to swimming to cycling, even boxing. Going back when Golden Gloves was originally started, was in partnership with Rodney Berman. I was instrumental in the creation of the now Premier Soccer League, together with Dr. Ivan Khoza and Kaiser Matong. We were originally part of the National Professional Soccer League, which was run by George Tarby, and we decided we didn't want to be part of the apartheid system, and we broke away from the so-called White League at the time. And then we decided they weren't going anywhere, and the way forward was the creation of the Premier Soccer League under Dr. Ivan Khoza. What was paramount, and for me pinnacle, was the 2010 World Cup.
The 2010 FIFA World Cup will be organized in South Africa.
I've never seen a country so passionate, so together as it was during 2010. It was an unbelievable experience. The people I worked with were fantastic. I always said that I was the luckiest person in the world to be the CEO of SAFA. I didn't have one coach for the national team. I had 62 million people who were the coaches for the national team. Working with the people at SAFA at the time was unbelievable. It was a great experience for me, and it helped me in African football.
1990s, when I first returned from overseas exile after the release of Nelson Mandela from prison, and I became the first non-racial president of the South African Olympic Committee, called NOCSA.
I'd been able to go to the Olympics through the disciplinary committees, be it the swimming, be it the football.
Ray was our first legal advisor when I was president of the National Olympic Committee of South Africa.
And I'd seen every Olympics with the exception of the 1980 Olympics. I worked as the legal advisor for SASCOC.
I think his poor wife, that Raymond has to wear a name tag whenever he comes home so that she can recognize it.
An interesting story with Rodney, which I'm sure he'll tell you. The first time we went to Israel, we had promoted a fight there between a chap called Francois Benachou, who was a Frenchman, a French Jew, and a fighter called Welcome Nkita.
It is the first and only time there's been a world boxing title in Israel.
When we took the boxer to Israel, we went to the Wailing Wall one day, and he asked why we were all putting little pieces of paper into the wall. And we said, no, you do that and you hope that whatever you wish, your prayer comes true. We had a partner by the name of Gary Pretorius who took this piece of paper, put it into the wall. Following night, we had the World Championship fight. Welcome Nkita won, South Africa won. And he turned around and he says, wow, that really does work.
He's on a plane virtually every day. He'll go to Azerbaijan for a day, come back, get on the plane, off he goes to Scotland. And so I really don't know, he's a total enigma.
I did a lot of traveling, certainly in the last couple of years, certainly for CAF. I don't think there's a country in Africa that I haven't been to. CAF have got lots of tournaments, whether it be the senior team, whether it be the women's team, the under-20s, the under-17. So I've been fortunate to see a lot of countries. I've been fortunate to see a lot of countries through FIFA, through their disciplinary committee, through CAS, doing arbitrations.
He is an arbiter for the International Court that deals with sport, called CAS, Court of Arbitration for Sport. And that means that is the ultimate decision-making process. It is respected by every international organization. whether it includes FIFA, for which he's deeply involved in, the African Football Confederation, for which he works quite a lot and very deeply involved in that, and in international swimming or in any other aspect. And he knows what he's doing. We could see in him the passion that comes out in whatever he does, not only in the topic that is for discussion, but in the background you can see that circulating over his head is, how can this help South Africa in all its manifestations? And that, I think, is very genuine, and that genuine has led me also to ensure that we looked after Raymond, because we needed people like Raymond with that type of a passion, that type of a commitment, and that type of a pledge. A super South African citizen in all respects.
Can't keep on taking. You have to contribute, you have to give back, you have to help develop. Obviously have to recognize the contribution by my family, my wife, my kids. They've always supported me. They keep me busy all the time, and now I've got grandchildren, 8 beautiful grandchildren who keep me on the run, which is fantastic. I've enjoyed everything I've ever done in sport, and will continue to be involved in sport as long as I'm able to.